And so you want to get involved in the metaverse, but you're just not quite sure where to get started, or all these degens confusing you with these crazy games and projects and all these new things, and you're just like, hang on a sec, I've heard about this metaverse. I want to get invested so I don't miss out and look back at this in 10 years time like I was there and I was that fool that had the chance to buy land in the middle of London or Manhattan and failed to do it. Well, you've come to the right video, guys, because in this video you're going to find out the top 3 projects right now which are low risk, which you can jump into in the metaverse, spread out your risk and get started as your entry point into investing in the metaverse. So make sure you hit up the like button, make sure you subscribe. Can we get 150 likes on this video, because I'm going to be dropping some gems here for you guys. Don't forget to check out NordVPN, who've been kind enough to offer everybody here in this community 70% off of a 2-year plan for a VPN. Get yourself set up, guys. It works out at like $2 or $3 a month. Absolute no-brainer to make sure that you're anonymous. So if you're playing around in the metaverse, navigating your land, you can do so with your IP masked, with the knowledge that you're private and nobody can track you. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get straight into it, because the first thing we need to understand is, why the hype? What is going on? Why are there so many people? Let me just remind you how important this metaverse is going to be. Not from a complex perspective, just from a very simple layman's approach. And the first thing you can see straight away, New York Stock Exchange files trademark application for its own NFT marketplace. Let's move on over. McDonald's. Yep, McDonald's plans to open restaurants in the metaverse. Gucci partnering with Sandbox for their metaverse projects. You've got JP Morgan is the first bank into the metaverse, looks at business opportunities in block pace in using Decentraland. So if you're confused that this is not the truth and, oh man, nobody's going to live in the metaverse, guys, you've got this superbly wrong. In essence, we're already living a digital world in the metaverse. If any of you guys have done a period of working from home during this pandemic, you were in the metaverse, right? It wasn't decentralized, it was centralized, which means somebody owned your data. Microsoft Teams, Zoom, whoever, they were in control of your metaverse. And by the way, those guys will create their metaverse too. You best believe Microsoft will be creating their metaverse. Facebook, obviously, renamed to Meta, will be creating their metaverse. Do you think a multi-trillion-dollar company with the potential of becoming even more trillions in Facebook would pivot, change their branding, change their company name to go attack after this metaverse play if it wasn't for real? Yeah, that should give you a clue. Yeah, so Zoom, Microsoft Teams, they will all be creating these metaverse. And already you've seen these happening where you can go into a virtual meeting in the metaverse and you can see the avatars of the other people in the meeting. You can choose the type of boardroom you want to be in. That's a metaverse, right? And all the things I'm going to show you today are metaverse and gaming related in this space, because you'll be playing games in the metaverse too, okay? So the two are very blended, and NFTs also tie into this, okay? Because NFTs allow you to transfer assets across different metaverses and across your metaverse. So you actually own the assets. So if you're so let's go back a step. So just like in the real world, I'll wear like I don't wear, but I may wear a Rolex watch, right? Maybe you want to wear that same Rolex watch in the metaverse, right? Because your avatar is going to need to have some branding and persona, because you're going to be meeting new people. You're going to be networking in the metaverse. You might be having business meetings in the metaverse. Well, you can go get an approved, eventually it'll be this way, where you'll be able to get an NFT Rolex from Rolex, that when you buy the physical one in the real world, you'll get a token to get the one in the metaverse, and then your avatar in the metaverse can be wearing that same Rolex. Imagine you can do the same for your car, right? Go get your Rolls Royce or your Bentley or your Mercedes. Go get the NFT version. People can verify on the blockchain, this guy's for real. He owns that. So in the metaverse, when you're rolling up to your meeting in your Rolls Royce with your Rolex on, it's all verifiable, right? And maybe it won't be those same brands. I just use Rolls Royce and Rolex. It may be you rolling up with your CryptoPunk, right? Or your Bored Ape Yacht Club. That's how it's going to be in this metaverse, right? And then it comes to the fact of who owns these lands. And we can see that with the first play that I'm going to share with you guys, which is something such as, let's start off with Sandbox. And Sandbox is a great example. And you can see these are all the different areas that are available for people to purchase. Look at this big plot of land that Binance have picked up. And you can see on sale at OpenSea, you can buy this piece of land. You've got Sandbox still owns plenty of land here. Companies are going and buying land. And you can imagine the piece of land that you bought now for a fraction of the cost becomes the Times Square of the metaverse in the future. Imagine if it becomes the Mayfair, the place that everybody congregates. Millions of people with their goggles on congregate in the evenings, whether it's for an online concert or a coffee or a get-together or a business meeting, and your branding is there. You own that building, right? You own that Eiffel Tower or Burj Khalifa or whatever of that metaverse. That is the power of this metaverse. And that is why you're seeing a race towards picking up these pieces of land, these pockets of land. And guess what? The prices of these lands are going up and up every single day. This is becoming more and more desirable for people to pick up pieces of this land. Why? Because it's finite. And that's the quality, right? Just like we know real estate is finite in this world, here on Sandbox, here in Decentraland, which I'm going to show you shortly as well, it's finite. And so you know that there will be an inflationary pressure as it starts to run out, just like Bitcoin, that there is upward pressure on price. So Sandbox is definitely one of those. You could play a whole bunch of different games here on Sandbox in this world. And the reality is you own the assets of the prizes you win. So if you earn a sword or you earn a new shield or armor, you own that as an NFT. Really important that we understand that. Let's also take a look at Decentraland, one of the biggest and most known metaverse plays. And again, this is definitely something you want in your portfolio, is some Decentraland. The token coin is Mana, which we're going to come onto the charts of these coins very shortly. But again, a very solid project. If you haven't watched my video explaining whether Decentraland can 100x from here, I'll link that up somewhere here for you guys to watch. I'm going to do the same video for Sandbox as well. So hit the like button if that's something you want to see. If you want to see a video breaking down Sandbox and whether it can 100x. And then my third and final one I want you to share, just as a starter point, guys, and there are plenty of gaming and metaverse plays which I'm going to bring you to, and I will explain these all to you. But to start with, let's take a look at Gala as well. And this is, again, another platform with a lot of great games being built on these platforms, okay? And again, all these things you're buying, these are your digital assets which you can hold and retain, and you own them, right? So these are NFTs on the platform. Right, let's take a quick look at the charts here, because obviously we want to blend those technicals and fundamentals as we do. And let's start off with Mana. Mana run up to an all-time high November of 2021. I think it wicked as high as 5.91. We fell as low as just there 1.7 as Bitcoin was at about 32. And now we've broken the trend, which is a nice place for us. We've just broken the 10. We've had a little bit of a retest. We didn't even need to come all the way down to the trend line to retest. And now we're getting a curl back up. This would be a really nice level at the 0.5 50% retracement from highs level for you to enter a solid project, which is going to be around. It will be around. It will be one of the competitors in this space. It's got good momentum. It's got good potential, and it's got early adopter, first mover advantage as well. Let's also take a look at Sandbox, which we took a look at as well. Same pattern here. Broke out of trend. Really nice retest, just bouncing off of our trend line here now. And again, you're hovering between your 0.382 and 0.5 Fibonacci lines, a good entry point here. It's a nice retracement level. Remember, I don't like chasing any coins up here, even not, up here. That's not enough of a retracement, but anything which is cooling off all the way down to here, that is a good level for it to cool down to. That's a healthy retracement all the way down, and you'd expect a good spring back from here. And then finally, what are we seeing from Gala? Again, very similar pattern which we're seeing in a lot of altcoins, guys, because we know that the wider market was pulling altcoins down. And again, a big move from Gala, taking it from its highs of 0.84 cents all the way down to lows as low as 15 cents. And now we're sitting at about 32. Again, a nice entry point, a retest off the trend line. All three of these coins are perfectly primed for you to start topping up in your portfolio. And again, if you don't know how to start your metaverse play, this is the perfect way to get started, guys. It's the absolute perfect way to get started. You can jump in. These are three solid coins, not financial advice, but these are the three of the biggest market cap coins in the gaming ecosystem. And yes, there's plenty of other degen projects, right? You can get as excited as you want and invest in so many different projects, the likes of which can move really, really quickly. But the reality is you want to jump in on higher market cap proven projects to start with, particularly if it's your first investment in some of these gaming plays. And then you can start to diversify that out. So for example, the way I would attack this is I'd have my portfolio. And again, if you've not watched my portfolio video, please go watch that. I know that's not had many views, but it's really, really important video if you're starting out in crypto. Really important that you go watch that. And within my whole portfolio, I'd have a chunk that's dedicated to gaming. Let's say that's 10 grand for easy numbers. Then from that 10 grand, I'm going to want to allocate into my favorite plays for metaverse and gaming. And in there, I'm going to allocate quite a substance of that. I'd even say up to 50% of that into these solid plays such as Sandbox, Decentraland, Gala. I'd even argue you can add, if you wanted to, if you've done enough research on it, I'll try to make a few more videos on this too, some other high market cap coins such as Engine and Axie Infinity. Engine has been a little bit disappointing recently. It's not done that much in 2021, but it's still got potential. It's still a good market cap here at 1.78 billion. And Axie Infinity has obviously went on a crazy run, which is why I've excluded those as well. But definitely Sandbox, Gala, Decentraland are ones you want to add into your portfolio. And then the remainder of that 50%, or call it 40% or 30%, if you're a bit more less risky, right? If you want to take less risk, you can make these three plays a bigger portion of your 10 grand. And then the smaller amount, you can then go ahead and throw into some of these other plays. Then you could be looking at, Smooth Love Portion, DeFi Kingdoms, Illuvium, Ultra, Vulcan Forge, UFO Gaming, Yield Games, Starlink, Phantasma. That's where we can get into some more degen gains. But to start with, if this is your first hurrah in Metaverse and you just want some exposure in your portfolio to Metaverse, maybe you're too heavy on DeFi and layer one solutions and other blockchains, and you just want to add in a little bit of Metaverse just so you don't miss the trend, definitely can't go wrong with adding the three biggest plays in that space: Decentraland, Gala, and Sandbox. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick video here on the Metaverse. If you want to see more videos relating to the Metaverse, then make sure you hit up the like button and subscribe. Let me know in the comments that you want to see more Metaverse and gaming content, and I can bring that to you guys, of course. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and don't forget to check out NordVPN to get yourself set up on a VPN to make sure you're staying safe in crypto. As always, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.